really into live video stream, and I feel like I should be trying out this platform. So hello everybody. Thank you if you're watching my very first show here. I already see 2 viewers. How cool. I think this is live broadcasting to Facebook and YouTube, at least YouTube. I'm learning a lot. This is a test as well as the first video. So tonight, oh, I got some likes. It like brought me joy because I've seen other people like talk about their experiences on YouTube. It's like the satisfaction of getting likes right out the gate is cool. So thank you, Alice rocks. You rock in my world too. Courtney's here. So what I'm going to do, first I should tell you who I am in case you're just stumbling upon this stream and have never heard. I have the brand Eco Vegan Gal, and my work is all about helping people learn about veganism, to try more plants, to also learn how to be more conscious and compassionate about their lifestyles, including sustainably. So using more natural products, making choices that are good for the planet, taking just good care of yourself, being nice to people, being kind to animals, all of that is part of my brand, making it fun and easy and approachable. I kind of feel the lifestyle advice person. So if you guys ever have any questions, come find me. And if you want to see me on YouNow more frequently, I will do that. I think I'm going to give this a try for a few weeks at least and see how it goes. But I have a YouTube channel, Facebook page, Instagram, pretty much anywhere. Just search for Eco Vegan Gal and you'll find me, and reach out. Seriously, all I want to do is help people. So look at all these people here. Thank you guys. This is so great. Okay, so what I'm going to do tonight is make a dish, but a dish that you may have never tried before, using a product, mainly like a product you may have never tried before, because when I bring it up, people might know what I'm talking about. Some people have never heard of this ingredient, but have only tried it at restaurants or in pre-made dishes, or maybe have never tried it because they were weirded out by it. So I'm going to bust that, well, I don't know if I could say bust that. Make it easier to use this plant-based ingredient, which is jackfruit. How many of you, how do I center? Okay, here we go. How many of you have tried jackfruit before, and in what context? Have you tried it at a restaurant? Have you tried it in a marinated dish? Wow, some people are here for the very first time on YouNow. So Sage is brand new. This is so cool. I'm loving this platform already. So this is a fruit. It's called jackfruit. And I see the way it looks in the form on this can here. This is from Trader Joe's. And so this is what it looks like. It's a big fruit. It's like this big. And you can eat it raw, but you can also, it's actually really, really good raw, but you can also get in form, which is basically in a can. So if you want, you can get this huge fruit and like cut it up yourself and just eat it completely raw. It's very delicious. It's sweet. You can get it dehydrated. It's actually quite hydrated, or I don't know, there are a bunch of different forms, like dried in a package. But what's pretty common these days, and obviously cool enough to be at Trader Joe's, is it in this can form. So this is just, I don't know if it's full. This is already where it went into the can, but I'm going to open it up and show you guys in a moment. And all of this is jackfruit water and some salt and citric acid for stabilization. And I got this at Trader Joe's. I think this is under $2 for this can. This is 20, and there's a good amount in here. I used it last night. I made a dish similar to what I'm going to make for you tonight, and it could have served probably 4 people. So it's wonderful. What I'm going to do tonight is actually make kind of like a tuna salad alternative, completely vegan. It's going to be gluten-free, mostly soy-free. You can modify this however you want. You can use it as inspiration if you've been thinking about doing something with jackfruit before, and you know what, this is a really good, easy way to try it out. If you live near Trader Joe's, I do want to say that Trader Joe's keeps getting better and better. How many of you watching have a Trader Joe's near you within 15 minutes? So I've heard of Trader Joe's, but maybe have never been because they're farther away, or you live in an area where there aren't any at all. If you are completely unfamiliar with Trader Joe's because you're in a different country than the US, it is a grocery store known for low price and natural foods. And so they have just all sorts of products that they put under their name so they can be less expensive than places like Whole Foods. Although I will say it's not always cheaper than Whole Foods. That's kind of a misconception. There's a tangent there that I'm not going to go on in a moment. I'll wait till I start making the food because I'm going to have some time in between. But anyways, Trader Joe's is a great store. It keeps getting better and better for vegans. I am blown away of what last year. And even in the past like 3 to 6 months, Trader Joe's just keeps getting better and better. I used to be really into Trader Joe's when I first went vegan. I've been vegan since 2003, and I was living in Boston, right in Los Angeles. And Trader Joe's near my home in Boston, I used to go there all the time because it was so inexpensive, and I would just get like pasta and pasta sauces, or I'd get like frozen foods. What's up? I'm not sure how to pronounce your username, but I get Yoitsen? Susman? I don't know. I'm horrible at pronouncing usernames, so I apologize if I ever botch it. But yeah, so I used to shop at Trader Joe's a ton for the first few years that I was vegan, and then I got like snobby about it because I didn't add a ton of products. And one downside to Trader Joe's from an environmental standpoint is that a lot of their food is packaged. So like almost all of their organic produce is in plastic. And if you're trying to be eco, more conscious of plastic usage, the packaging usage, Trader Joe's isn't the best place to shop for that. I recommend farmers markets or natural markets or growing your own food whenever you can. However, now Trader Joe's has a ton of great staples. So like common foods that you would add to your kitchen, and you can get great deals on it. I might have some more products in here. This is actually not my own kitchen. This is my friend Jason Robel's kitchen. He's a vegan chef, and I'm cat sitting for him right now, so you might see at some point. But anyway, so Trader Joe's is great for organic pasta. They have gluten-free pasta. They have great organic tomato sauce. They now have nutritional yeast, which is a wonderful vegan condiment that makes your food kind of, you can use it kind of like parm. I look kind of Asian. People tell me that all the time. The closest in my background that I get to being Asian is Ukrainian. I have a little Ukrainian in me, but I'm mainly German. What else am I? I don't know. I'm a mutt, basically, as many of us are, and lots of things. maybe Asian is snuck in there somehow. And anyways, so yes, Trader Joe's is great. They now have the pizza crust. I'm vegan, so I get excited about that stuff. They now make their own kombucha or sell their own kombucha. What Trader Joe's does a lot of times is partner with brands, and they repackage it in the Trader Joe's packaging, but somebody else makes it for them. So I imagine like the big kombucha companies. I love kombucha too, so that was exciting. They have all sorts of things. If you guys want to know later on, maybe while I'm waiting for the jackfruit to cook, I will share with you my list of favorite products at Trader Joe's. You're Muslim. Okay, cool. That's awesome. I'm not sure what you mean. What does that make me? But that's great. I think it's so wonderful to be able to connect with people from all around the world, all different backgrounds, all different minds of live video. So let's make a jackfruit salad. I wish I had some bread. Actually, there is some bread here, but it's not gluten-free, so I'm not going to eat it. But this is so good in sandwich form. Like, think of it as like a sandwich or a tuna salad sandwich. Like, that's basically what we're going to make today. So come on over here. I am going to bring you to the stove. And the first thing I'm going to do is open up the can so you guys can see. Here we go. Here's the can opener. I apologize too if the footage doesn't look so great. It's overhead lighting plus I think YouNow doesn't use an HD camera. But we'll open this up. Thank you, Andre. That's very sweet of you. Okay, and one of Jason's cats is already over here wanting to know if he can get it on this food. I'm not going to let him. Okay, so let me show you a piece of this. Actually, what's cool about this camera is I can do this and I can show you right inside the can. So it might not look so great and kind of like tuna to me. So I'll pick up a piece and show you guys. They're all different shapes, but this is, the cat is right behind the camera trying to get in. This is not for you, buddy. Oop, now it's dripping all over the computer. Give me a moment. Okay. So yeah, it looks almost like chunks of meat, but again, this is just a fruit, jackfruit. And in the can, it smells, I can't quite put my finger on it, but it has like a slightly sweet, it's got the brine of water and salt, so it's a little salty. And hi Cole, thanks for joining. And also I'm going to check, I think this is streaming over on my YouTube channel, so let me make sure no one's commenting over there that I'm not seeing. If you're watching on YouTube, and I don't know if this is broadcasting to Facebook either yet. Like I said at the beginning of this, I'm learning, but let me just see. Okay. It is streaming on YouTube. Let's see if there are any comments, or if all the comments are coming in over here. Are you guys commenting directly on YouTube? Now commenting on YouTube as well. Hell yeah, but let me take a look here. Open live chat. Sorry to interrupt my, okay, cool. Oh yeah, so I do see the video is not sponsored at all. I'm just playing around with YouNow just because I want to. So hold on, I have to update one thing and then I'll get back to the discussion. Thanks for your patience. YouNow, if you guys aren't familiar, is a platform where you can go live. Obviously, I go live every week on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and again, it's all under the username EcoVeganGal. And if YouNow seems like a good platform, I'll go live here more frequently too. I'll probably go live like twice a week or something. But I just want to give a shout out to people watching on YouTube. Adrian says that she is a trader, if it's a girl or a guy, but Adrian says there's this Trader Joe's there. Steve Perry loves Trader Joe's vegan mayo. Running SD said you look great in the thumbnail, thank you. Flower Power said, seeing you live today, I just finished watching one of your other My Spirit. Oh, that's so sweet. I really appreciate that. All right, so Devin said meat is good for you. And Andre asked if I'm vegan. So I'm vegan and don't believe that that meat is good for you. It's definitely not good for animals, and it's not good for the planet. There's tons of research. My whole career is devoted to this. So if you want more info, you can go to ecovegan.com to learn all about that. The easiest way to summarize it is that you don't need to eat meat. You can get all the nutrients that you need from a plant-based diet. You can feel very fulfilled from a plant-based diet, and this recipe that I'm about to show you guys is a great way to introduce yourself to it because it tastes very similar. And actually jackfruit can be used in place of pork as well, like pulled pork. There's several companies now. One is actually called the Jackfruit Company that makes a ton of marinated jackfruit you can get in the store, heat up at home. And same thing with Upton's Naturals. They now have a great line of jackfruit products, and a lot of them are designed to be similar to pork. So if you miss like the pulled pork, or you want to go vegan, or you want to just try, it's a cool option for that. So Andre said, meat is no good for you. How long have you been vegan? I've been vegan for 13 years and counting. So I just saw this great, I have to move over here because the cat's trying to get into the food over there. There's this great new video from Tony Canal, who is one of the musicians in the band No Doubt, and I guess he's in a new band. And wonderful video that I shared on the Gal Facebook page interviewing Tony. Things that he said was that he wasn't born vegan, but he's planning on dying as a vegan. I guess that could sound weird. Maybe he didn't say it exactly like that, but meaning that he plans to be vegan for the rest of his life. And he's about it. His family is vegan. He raises his kids vegan, and so it's just like amazing to see the mainstream really embracing it. I think that's part of the cool thing about like Trader Joe's carrying products like jackfruit, is that it's showing that mainstream people are talking about it more and more. And having been vegan for 13 years, it's incredible to watch all of this advancement. Somebody asked if my husband's vegan. I'm not married, so I don't have a husband. But yeah, so that's the show. And let's see here, lots of comments coming in. So Adrian asked, how did you first cut out processed sugars? So let me actually start cooking the jackfruit, and then I'll answer some more questions, because the jackfruit takes about 5 minutes or so. So the first thing we're going to need to do, by the way, I hope the video is not too glitchy. It looks a little glitchy on my end, so leave a comment if any of you are having trouble, if the audio is breaking up. The screen looks strange. Okay, so colander, going to just dump the jackfruit here. There's a cat watching. I'm going to make sure you move animals off the counter when you're cooking. So this is what the jackfruit looks like. It's there, and then I'm going to rinse it with some filtered water. The sink needs to be emptied, so I'm rinsing this over dishes. And I'm going to ask again, how many of you watching have ever tried jackfruit before? And in what form did you try it? Where did you try it? Have you ever tried making it? So now I'm going to grab a pan, put the jackfruit in the pan, and add some filtered water to it. So, oh cool, so Family Lupus is here watching live for me. And Andre said, I'm proud about you. Give me tips to go vegan, because I've been vegan for 1 year, and I live in Indonesia. People don't like vegan, but I would love it. So the cat is my friend Jason's cat. There's 4 cats here, by the way. So Spiritual Gangsta said they love jackfruit, and Sarah says, I've made jackfruit with curry marinated. I haven't made it from scratch. So this is a great thing to see. So what I like to do, once I rinse the jackfruit, how does the video look, by the way? Is it just on my end that it looks glitchy? Because it looks a little odd to me. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me okay. So put the jackfruit in the pot on the stove, and I'm gonna bring it to a light boil. Then we wait. So for this recipe are super simple. I'll probably gather the ingredients together. One of them is over here. I'm going to use, and again, this video is not sponsored at all. I'm just talking about genuinely. I do sponsored content, but whenever I do sponsored content, it's always brands that I really love. You will never see me doing something sponsored just to make money from it. So, but today's video is not sponsored whatsoever. Actually, I hope to be part of the YouNow partnership program, which means that you guys can send tips and stuff, and you can get your comments highlighted, and that's like a part of one of the features of YouNow. So I will probably do that, which is just like revenue that you can make from this. Anyways, so hemp hearts from this company, Manitoba Harvest. These are hemp seeds, and this particular one is seasoned with onion. I made this jackfruit dish last night with these, and they add a little crunch, a little texture, some additional nutrients in it. So hemp hearts have protein in them. They have 10 grams of omega-3, and so instead of getting that from fish, you can get seeds. There's lots of fiber in here, and let's see, some calcium and iron in this as well. So hemp hearts are great. These, and they have, the hemp hearts themselves are not organic, but they are non-GMO, which a nice option if you can't get something organic. So the advantage of organic is ensuring that there's no pesticides, any unnatural, harmful pesticides, I should say, or chemicals used on products when they're or in any sort of the process. And organic also tends to be more eco-friendly, but it also ensures that your food is not genetically modified. So even though the hemp parts that I'm using are not organic, they are non-GMO. Might have been grown with some pesticides and unnatural, or I should say non-organic fertilizers, but at least they're non-GMO. The good news is that this particular, you can get organic seeds, by the way, but this uses organic powders in it. So all the onion is organic, the garlic, rosemary, and I guess they put a little hemp fiber in here. So that's just ground up organic hemp seeds. So it's interesting that the organic. But anyways, this adds some taste and texture to the dish that I'm about to make. And I'm just waiting for the jackfruit to boil so we can chat in the meantime. Let's see what people are saying. I love comments here. Thank you guys. I was going to say to Andre, so living in countries where you might not feel supported, you might not have, can you guys hear that? There's a kitten on the floor who's crying, and he's probably sad that I'm not paying attention to him, or he wants to eat my food. But anyways, so, you know, I can't speak from a personal experience of living outside the U.S. as a vegan, but I definitely know it's possible, because there's people from all around the world would say that if you're looking for just kind of emotional support with your vegan journey, coming on live streams, being part of online communities is a really great way to just feel not alone, even though you might not know anybody vegan or people in your life might give you a hard time. Actually, that's a big part of my work. I now have an online membership called Eco Vegan Pal. You can go there right now to ecoveganpal.com, and a membership platform where you can meet vegans from all around the world. I just launched it, and well, technically I just made it public. It's been private testing for months, but now if any, you can meet people all around the world, more connection with me, you can get more tips, you can just basically my mission with Eco Vegan Pal is that people don't feel alone. So there's that if you need that. But also just tuning into these live broadcasts make you feel supported. So let's see. Spiritual Gangster is talking about getting a fresh jackfruit, so good, and making jackfruit chicken tacos. And you're eating it right now. Dog is in the background. If you guys want to meet her, my dog's also vegan, and she's whining right now because she also wants attention. I think it's because I'm making food. All the animals are going out. Hey, sweetheart. Evie, come here. Hey, wait. Come here. Sit. Come here. I know you're very excited. This is Evie. Evie is 7.5, and I raised her vegan, which is actually a very health option for dogs too, because dogs are omnivores. A lot of people think dogs are carnivores, but they're not. They can eat plants and thrive as well. So if you ever have questions about that, feel free to ask. So broadcast, I don't know how to do that. Oh, cool. I didn't know you could do that. Well, Andre, first tell me what you want to talk about, because I've never done that before, so I don't know what the options are. So Spiritual Gangster asked, am I making cat? No, I'm making the jackfruit for myself. I just have to be mindful because the cats like to jump up on the counters. And thank you, Spiritual Gangster, for becoming a fan, and Khalid as well. The feed is a bit spotty. I apologize for that, guys. Again, this is my first time on YouNow, so hopefully, look at the cat over my shoulder. Hopefully I'll work out the kinks. It might have to do with like internet thing. All right, so hi to my friends over on YouTube. So let's see here. It's breaking up. Inbal, I can see the comments. Yes, I have to go back and forth because they're coming from different. And Adrian, our smoothie today. Let's see. And Christy recommended looking up at air fryer. There's a YouTuber named Becky Stripe who has a jackfruit recipe. He made a breaded jackfruit and inspired by one of Becky's tofu air fryer videos. That sounds amazing. And it is somebody's first time on YouNow. This is so fun. I really like YouNow. Hopefully the audio doesn't frustrate anybody. Thank you, Kimberly, for the likes. I appreciate that. Coconut Girl, thanks for being here. Yes, Julius the kitten is here. Toya is here. And Sarah, the fried jackfruit, she convinced it was vegan and it looked too much like fish. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Like, now we're at a time where there's so many amazing plant-based options that look like meat, that it's getting to the point where they're so good in their appearance that we will have moments where we're not sure if it's actually vegan. This reminds me, I was in Puerto Rico a few years ago, and I was with a group of vegans. We were on a vegan cruise. I spoke on a vegan cruise a few years ago. And there was like a huge group of us, like probably like 20 or 30 vegans all at this restaurant. And some of us ordered pizza because we heard that we could get vegan pizza at this place right in downtown I don't know Puerto Rico super well, but the old town version of it, if I remember correctly. Anyways, we got a pizza and we got really nervous because none of us were positive that it was made with vegan cheese. So we literally had the server bring out the cheese to prove to us that it was vegan, and we were all blown away. We're like, how did they get it to melt this way and stretch and taste this way? It was mind-blowing. And that happens every now and then because plant-based options keep getting better. Kimberly asked, will I do this regularly? Right now, as long as I can work out any of the kinks, and if you guys like this, I will absolutely do YouNow regularly. I do live streaming on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all under the username EcoVegan. I do that a week, but I think I might do YouNow and add that into the mix. So Josh, thanks for being a fan. I'm not a gamer, really, although I do appreciate Nintendo 64 games, and also sometimes I'll get games for my iPhone right now. And by the way, if anybody's wondering about the recipe, I am just waiting for the jackfruit to heat up. It does look like it's boiling, and I have to make sure I keep the cats away from the food too. So guys, help me keep an eye on him. So yeah, games that I've played on my iPhone. I actually was really into the Mario Run game on the iPhone. That was fun. Got a little boring, but it was entertaining for a few months. I was really Crush. Anybody play? I played that for a while, and I'll dabble like Plants vs. Zombies. I played a lot. What else? I like games like that. But Nintendo 64 is like my favorite game. Said you are imperfection of vegan. I do watch vegan drama and vegan gains. I'm not sure what the first part of the message said, but I personally don't like to watch vegan drama channels because I don't feel like it's whole, basically. So it just kind of like makes me a little sad listening to all the drama. It can be entertaining, but I think a lot of it's kind of cruel. So I have some friends that have been through vegans, and I just don't want to participate in any of that. Oh wow, oh, interesting. So I got a really interesting comment. Somebody gave me a tip, but they also something rude, so I'm not really sure how to handle that, but thanks for the tip if that's what you said. Again, I'm brand new to YouNow, so it's a super chat, I think. Interesting. But here's the cool thing, and I can also block them. But it's just kind of like a weird thing when someone sends you money but also writes something really cruel. It's never happened to me before. Okay, so somebody asked about cutting out sugar. I've got a bunch of questions that I will ask while I'm waiting for my app. So let's see here. Let me go back to the question about cutting back on sugar. I don't know where that was. So many comments. Oh, okay, Adrian asked, how did you first cut sugar? It's hard to go back. So I've experimented a lot. Since I've been vegan for 13 years, I have tried a lot of different variations of the vegan diet. I have tried, you know, 80-10. And I've been raw, I'm still gluten-free mainly, soy-free, like all these different things, because I'm really just curious about the different elements of the vegan lifestyle, but also for my health, to see what makes me feel good. And for me, interesting, of course, I really enjoy sweets. I have a sweet tooth. What's been most helpful to me over time is to minimize and have sweets as a treat. One thing that was really helpful is figuring out what were kind of like my gateways into sweets, meaning like, sorry, I'm trying to hide this cord from the kitten who wants to play with it. But, oh, and thanks, Andre, for the... So, I actually went almost the entire month without having chocolate, and chocolate's one of my favorite desserts, and I eat it very frequently. I really love it, but it often has sugar in it, right? Pure cacao or something. And I wanted to just see if I felt better, and I wanted to see how easy it was to not eat chocolate. And it actually wasn't hard for me at all. So I just focused on other sweet treats. And because I wasn't eating chocolate, I naturally was eating lots less sugar. Sweets that I did have were often naturally sweetened and unprocessed. The jackfruit's starting to boil over here. Let me move this over so I can tend to that. So I with dates, for example. By the way, I'm just gonna, here, let me move this over for you guys. While this is at a low boil or a slow boil, I'm just using kind of the fork test how soft it is. It's actually getting soft very fast. So you just kind of want to heat it up until it starts to break apart easily. For this specific recipe, it depends on what type of jackfruit, what you're doing with jackfruit, but for this kind of jackfruit salad to be nice and soft and kind of fall apart, almost like a texture of tuna. So back to the sugar question, I feel like sometimes it's about going cold turkey or challenging yourself to go a few weeks without sugar, and that, or I should say processed sugar, right? So there's sugar in fruit. So fruit is great for us because it's full of fiber and it's easier for our body to, versus when we have just pure sugar, that is, our body absorbs that very differently than it does fruit. And there's tons of research out there that kind of busts a lot of myths about sugar, the fruit and sugar and fruit being, but it really depends on your specific body, and that's why I think experimenting and researching, talking to medical experts, nutritionists, dietitians, doctors, holistic doctors, those are very helpful. Health coach. And then having great sweets like dates can be such a wonderful alternative. There's all sorts of date sweetened treats. There are food bars like Lara bars are sweetened with dates. Trader Joe's, we were talking about them a lot earlier, of their own products that are sweetened with dates. Like they'll have just like fruit and nut bars that are just like dates and hazelnuts, and they're amazing. So for me, knowing products like this, I can satisfy my sweet but not have any of the processed foods. So I think it's just tuning into your body, figuring out what you're craving, seeing what you can have instead that's not processed, and just seeing, taking it day by day. Look for a challenge or a detox, a cleanse that can be helpful, but make sure that you're doing the right one. It's just, there's no really simple answer. A lot of it's just experimenting and getting to know yourself. All right. Josh asked if I watched I really like The Walking Dead. I've watched every episode up till the last season, and I'll continue to watch. And I just started watching Fear the Walking Dead, although I'm a little unsure about it. It's good, but I learned, so kind of curious. Andre said, I would love to follow you on Instagram or YouTube. You are not strict vegan. So I think that depends on what you mean. I think I know what you mean. So I am 100% vegan. I do everything I possibly to have vegan just to be the most vegan I possibly can, but there are certain things in life, like cars, for example, are not 100% vegan. So it's hard to be like a pure vegan, but in terms of food, lifestyle choices, anything is vegan as much as I know. Sometimes you buy products and find out later that there's something in them that you didn't know was vegan, you know, like it's rare with food because food's very well labeled, but like when it comes to medicine or natural body care, like you really have to research things to know what's in them. It's pretty remarkable. Unless it says vegan on the label, it's hard to know for sure. So I'm strict in that sense. That if you're people that are strict, meaning maybe like judgmental or negative or kind of preachy, like that's something I've worked really hard not to be in my life, because I kind of believe that kindness and positivity are very respectful of other people, loving, and knowing that people are all on their different journey. You know, like some people want to go vegan and they're just not vegan yet. Some people don't know about veganism or don't understand or haven't tried it enough, so I'm ignorant about it. And I think like having an open mind about veganism is really important. So I just try to approach it from a loving perspective. Okay. Andre asked, I don't know if this is a question again. I don't have a boyfriend right now. Sometimes I date vegan guys and sometimes I date non-vegan guys. It depends. I prefer to date vegan men, but it's also kind of cool. I've dated a few men that have gone vegetarian after dating me, or so that's actually like almost better for me, because like I can help another person go vegan, inspire them. So, but it can be challenging. Being in a relationship with a non-vegan definitely has elements of it that are hard. Hi, right, Ayub. Thank you for tuning in. Josh, I have not read any of the Walking Dead comics. I'm not much of a comic reader. And then we have someone from the Philippines here. Hello. Hi to Adi. And let me go over to YouTube. So let's see here. Christy said, it was weird for me to, I think Christy is talking about jackfruit again. So if you get pre-packaged, you have to do it sometimes to adjust it to your taste buds. Parker, thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Christy loves Nintendo NES. I don't think I've ever used that before, but there's like a new Mario game for the systems that looks, I don't know what it's for, but I forget what it's called, but like Mario like turns into these different like characters. I don't know. It's weird. Do any of you guys know what I'm talking about? It looks fun. I like games, so. Okay, is laughing, I'm not sure about what. Parker asked, you are a good cooker? Sometimes, I try. Parker also has a cat. Oh, and Sarah said that she just had the Beyond Meat burgers. So Beyond Meat, if you guys are unfamiliar, is this company that specializes in making products that are alternatives to beef and chicken. I think those are the two vegan meat options they have. But they have these two burgers. One's called the Beyond Burger and one's called the, what's it called? I can't remember, but they have two. And the Beast Burger, that's what it is. So Beyond Burger and Beast Burger. And the Beyond Burger is my favorite vegan burger right now. It is processed, so ingredients in it. There's a lot of oil in it, so it's like a decadent burger, but it looks a lot like meat, smells a lot like meat, and kind of tastes like meat. And if you're looking for that experience, I highly recommend trying the Beyond Burger, and it's far more available in the US. You can get it shipped online through Vegan Essentials, which is a great website. You can get Beyond Burgers in Whole Foods, in where else have I seen it? I think Wegmans is carrying it now. Kroger's carrying it, just more and more accessible, and I love it. But when I say it's processed, it's not like the healthiest thing for you. There's a company I love called Hillary's. I'll check their freezer and see if, I don't know if there are any in there, but some other burgers. Those are a lot less processed and kind of healthier for you. All right, so Inbal asked earlier, is it healthy for the dog to be vegan? I think so. I have done a ton of research. my dog to a ton of vets, had problems with her being vegan. She's thriving, she's healthy, she's got energy, she looks good, she's at a good weight, she's happy, she likes her food. I've tried all these different types of vegan dog food, and she really enjoys it. So, ethical standpoint, but also the vegan diet can be pretty healthy for a dog. They can actually help them avoid help them live longer lives, basically. So things like this can be prevented from the vegan diet, not just from humans, but animals as well. Cats, on the other hand, it's very tricky for cats to be vegan. There are some vegan cat options, but cats are obligate carnivores. You're kind of forcing them to eat a way that they're not intended to. But it is possible if you're really determined to do it from an ethical standpoint, and they can be healthy. It's hard. It takes a lot of work. Whereas a dog, you give them kibble, you make vegan pet food, and it's like they're good to go. So because they're omnivores. All right, so many comments. Thank you guys for being so active. This is great. Adrian loves Lara bars. I think they're so good. Maria said, first vegan video I watched 5 years ago. Wow. I get that every once in a while, and it's like one of the coolest things to hear, because I've been making videos since 2009 on this YouTube channel. You know, I'm not the biggest vegan YouTube channel, but I have a lot of dedicated people that have been following me since the beginning, so it's such an honor. Okay, some questions coming in different languages. My girl says, I prefer a vegan man. Hey, whatever works for you, whatever floats your boat. I prefer vegan men as well, but it's not, what's the word? It's not, what's the term that you use? It's not the term, right? Like, for deal breakers. Non-vegan men, it's not a deal breaker for me, because I'm always optimistic that they'll be vegan at some point. Adrian says, like, yeah, the flu shot contain egg. Inbal to be vegan at a young age. Absolutely. I have a video on my channel where I interviewed a mother and her vegan son. It's one of my most popular videos. So if you go to youtube.com/ecoveganguy, you're actually already on Inbal. Video about this, just sharing tips and experiences raising vegan kids. So not only is it very possible and healthy, but it's a great way to introduce them to the vegan life, for them to understand this, because kids are actually very aware about what's happening with animals, and if you give them the opportunity to thrive on the vegan lifestyle at a young age, you're actually helping them a lot, because as adults it's really challenging to go vegan later on in life, because we have to work through all of our all of our addictions to meat and dairy. So Jackfruit's been cooking longer than 5 minutes. Like I said earlier, you could, the brand that you get. So Trader Joe's, their Jackfruit's a little on the tougher side, so it doesn't fall apart quite as easily, but it feels like it's a good texture. Let's see here. I think this is looking good. So you can kind of, yeah, I think this is good. So we're gonna rinse this off, and then I will get back to some comments. Maybe I can do this like a, what do they call it? Like a mukbang or mukbang style, where I'll eat and chat with you guys at the same time. All right. Now another thing you can do is actually cook the jackfruit in veggie broth, and that can get it a really good flavor. So just to save, to cut back on, Evie is being very protective right now, so I apologize for a moment. But to shiz and cleanup time, I'm just going to put the jackfruit right back in the dish, in the pan I meant, and then I'm going to put the rest of the ingredients. On the kitchen stove. I made this last night. You could, I think it's probably already expired on my Instagram story. I often post what I eat each day on my Instagram stories. I'm going to take some mustard. This is some, and then you want to have some mayo, vegan mayonnaise. So follow your heart, Earth Balance, how do you pronounce it? Is it Fabonese or something like that? I forget. The mayo that's made from chickpeas. And then there's also, Trader Joe's has a mayo, not my favorite one for taste or texture ingredients, but this is one of my favorite, So Just mayo. Get down, the cats are going crazy. It's almost their fun too, so it's kind of hard to manage all the cats. But anyways, have any of you guys tried Just mayo before? They make some really good tasting mayo. Also kind of processed, this one especially, this is their awesome sauce of ingredients in it. Soy, I think they have a soy-free version, but this one's cool because it has pickle relish in it, which means I don't have to use pickle relish. Relish is really good in this recipe. And yeah, it has capers in it, a little bit of sugar, Worcestershire sauce. This is going to be really good. So from a purist standpoint, there's a ton of ingredients in here. You might just want to get a really simple mayo and add in pickles, but this is all I have ready to work with what's in your kitchen. If you guys are asking questions at the moment, I will answer. Let me just make the dish and then I'll answer while I'm eating it. So, let me see. I'll do this while I'm adding in the ingredients. So the jackfruit's soft. You can kind of mash it up a little if you want, kind of break up the chunks. And if you're just joining, or you're joining later on in the show, this is to like a chicken salad or a tuna salad. And this, by the way, is a eco-friendly pan. I think it's Cuisinart that makes it, but it's like their eco series. So this is pretty nice. I like tea, but this is what I have since I'm at my friend Jason's. Can you guys hear the kitten crying in the background? He's frustrated because he wants to be fed. Okay, so I'm going to start by squirting in some of the Just mayo in here. Anything. So this isn't like an official recipe, but I just do it to taste. So I'll start with a little bit and mix this in. And this awesome sauce, again, even though it's processed, I'm grateful that it cuts back on the number of ingredients I have to add in. So there you go. I mean, this, honestly, you could just eat it this way. Like, the jackfruit just tastes good with anything. You can put like sauce on it. You can marinades. Let's see. Let me taste this and see how it is. Mmm. That is so good. It's so good. I literally might not add anything else. Last night, I had plain vegan mayonnaise, and I added in mustard, and I added in the hemp hearts, which I think I still might do, but this awesome sauce, there's a reason it's called awesome. It is like very, very, very flavorful. So I think it has garlic in it, lemon juice, like there's so much in this. I also added in nutritional yeast, but I think there's some nutritional yeast in here. I'll probably still, so let's boost it. That small amount of awesome sauce made this taste quite awesome. So I'm going to sprinkle in little nutritional yeast, which you can get from this company, Bragg's. You can get it in bulk, or you can get this at Trader Joe's. Stir that in. And then just to make it, can you guys hear the kitten? He's in the background. If you hear this like weird sound, that's him crying. He's a little bit of a crybaby. Do you hear that? Cats in this house, so it's always interesting making food around them because they want to eat everything. Okay, so stir in the nutritional yeast, and then I'm going to put in some of these hemp hearts to boost up the new little. Add a little bit more. Stir this up. All right, now let me try it and see if I need to add salt, and that might have been it. I mean, this can be so simple. This would also be great if you added in scallions, if you added in chopped up veggies like celery, would be very nice. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So because I boiled the jackfruit, it's obviously warm. I rinsed it with cold water, but it's got the perfect temperature. Because I boiled it, I don't know, I lost track how long I was boiling it, but maybe like 15 minutes. And it just has this great soft texture, similar to either, I would say it's a little bit more, like the cats are staring at me like they're so mad they all want to eat. You're gonna just have to wait. It's not time for your dinner yet. He's so jealous. One thing I've noticed with making dishes like this is that they said that animals, whether it's the cats or my dog Evie, like they're all around me right now hoping that I'm going to feed it to them because they want it too. So if it smells good to an animal, it's got like a primal goodness flavor. So at the very beginning, I don't think I'm going to add anything else to this, by the way, but at the very beginning of this live stream I was saying how a sandwich, but I don't have any gluten-free bread. There is some regular glutinous bread in the freezer, but I feel awful when I eat gluten. So sadly, can't make this into a sandwich, but let's take and see if there's anything else fun. I also want to point out, I love Jason's fridge. He has all these like fun magnets on here, like veggies. These cats are trying to get my food. And I love this sticker, the dam. So, wow, there's like a huge jump in viewership. I don't know what happened, but welcome everybody. You might have to watch the recording if you want to see the little, it's been a really simple recipe that I've made. And I will get to all your questions on YouTube and YouNow as soon as I sit down and eat this. I think what I'm going to do, since I don't have bread to use, I think I'm going to turn this into just an actual salad on top of some greens. And that sounds like the best bet in terms of what's in the fridge. It could also be good on rice. I could potentially do that. But because I want to just focus on this, I'm going to just cut up some rice, turn this into a bowl, and then sit down and chat with you guys some more. So, I have some beautiful lettuce here. I want to make this fat by hand instead of chopping it, so let me get a plate. And break it up on here, and then I'm going to put the jackfruit on top of it. So simple. I mean, this really is a super simple recipe. It just takes the time to boil it and have everything in. Alright, let me put all the ingredients away so the cats can't get it, and then I'll sit down and check out the comments and we can chat for as long as you. I'm so excited. So well. All right. I can't talk for too long because I feed the cats, and that's this that I need to focus on. All right, let's check out some of the comments that have come in. Okay, what's up, Collie? Thank you so much for being here. Some people in here kind of spamming. And ask, that's disgusting. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but sorry you thought that way. Josh, do you have any siblings? I do. I have a sister, a younger sister named Mary, who's amazing. But Kimberly asked, am I dating No, not anymore. Jason and I dated for a couple years, and then we realized that we weren't like the best fit romantically, so we are now just best friends, and it's incredible to be best. So yeah, we hang out all the time. You guys probably see it if you follow Eco Vegan Gal or Jason. Like, we hang out a lot. I'm at his house right now because he's out of town. But if he wasn't out of town, he'd probably be here eating jackfruit with me. Okay. So, Peace Elias, I think, is the username. If you're still here, you saw my friends Matt and Michelle from Thug Kitchen on Dr. Oz. I guess that must have been a repeat because they filmed that a while ago. Unless, like, I know they filmed it, when was that? December or something? So I don't know if it was like a rebroadcast or if it just went live for the first time. I feel like it must be a rebroadcast. But Michelle and Matt run the brand Thug Kitchen. Michelle is a very, and I know Matt as well. Amazing people. If you guys don't know about Thug Kitchen, they're a very fun brand, just making veganism a little bit more like accessible and like down to earth. There's been some controversy around them that was, I don't know, I'm not going to get into the controversy. I'll just tell you that I love Michelle and Matt dearly, and I think they do great work. So if you haven't checked out their work yet, they have amazing cookbooks and all of that. Okay, let me see what's happening over on YouTube. Thank you guys for being comments on YouTube. So thanks for all of that and joining for my very first YouNow video. So many comments. Wow, I'm like, it makes me feel so happy when people are commenting a lot. So let's see if to catch up. Adrian said, my hubby isn't vegan. It can be difficult. He loves my vegan meals, though. That's amazing. So sometimes just making vegan food for people you love can encourage them to eat more plants or maybe go vegan at some point. And love the Beyond Burgers. You can buy them online. If you go to veganessentials.com, it's a phenomenal website. You can get like almost any vegan product shipped to you. Evie. Shh. All the animals are. I might have to wrap up pretty soon. Adrian also loves Hillary's burgers that I mentioned earlier. And Sarah was talking about pea protein being in the Beyond Burgers, but it is a nice treat, especially with non-vegan family members. Absolutely. Adrian said that her dog loves, you know, I don't know, Evie, stop it. She's like digging at the food bowl because they all want to eat their dinner. Inbel said, I have a kitty, but I don't plan to give her vegan food. I'm vegetarian and wish my parents would let me be vegan. It's really hard. You know, Inbel, I'm here for you and know that you're not the only one. I don't know if you're a teenager, but it's common for teenagers to feel like they can't be vegan because their parents won't let them. And there's a resources. I believe I've interviewed some vegan teens before. One of my favorites, her name is Haley Thomas. I think it's Haile Thomas. If you just type that into Google and type the word vegan after her name, you'll find her. She's worked with Michelle Obama. She's like 16, vegan chef, and just like helping teens go vegan. So check her out. She's super helpful. Chrissy says her husband is vegan. He's been vegetarian for 20 years. Then she followed him and both of them went vegan. Awesome. You became vegan and then he became vegan after you. That's incredible. Let's see. Sarah said that she bought the Trader Joe's canned jackfruit but haven't made it. Didn't realize you have to cook it first. I don't know if you have to cook it. You don't have to because it's a fruit, so it's safe to eat uncooked. It's just the texture gets really soft when you cook it. So if you're making a salad like what I did, it's really great for that. Speaking of which, I'll continue to eat a mukbang before because I'm like, I don't know, do people want to see me eat? So you guys have to give me feedback how you feel about me eating while talking, but I'm going to cover my mouth so you don't actually have to see me chewing. This is so good. You have to try this. Okay. So Loveless asked that, she says she's never tried jackfruit before. Did I purchase using, is it fresh? So it was in a can, not fresh, and I got it from Trader Joe's. And if you guys can go and watch the beginning of this recording if you missed it, it'll be on YouTube under youtube.com/ecovegangal. The Trader Joe's vegan mayo is kind of, I haven't had Miracle Whip in a very long time, but yeah, the Trader Joe's vegan mayonnaise tastes so much like egg-based mayonnaise. So if you like that taste, I recommend it. There's a different taste, all the different mayos out there, like Follow Your Heart, Earth Balance, Just Mayo. I think it's called Fabanaise, the one that's made from chickpeas, but I could be wrong. Something like that. And then Trader Joe's, and then there's probably a few others that I'm forgetting. There's so many vegan, and you can make it yourself actually, especially if you make it from chickpeas. I don't know if I ever tried making my own mayo. Maybe, I think you can make like a cashew vegan mayo. Look for a recipe and see. Okay, Coconut Girl said vegan men was not a deal breaker for her back in the day, but in later days it has become a true deal breaker for her. Vegan men for me. She put a lot of heart. So, you know, that's part of the journey is if you guys are vegan or thinking about veganism, working towards veganism, it's really, it's about learning as you go along. All right. Guido, thanks for becoming a fan, and hi to Hussam. Is that you pronounce your name? Thanks for being here. Josh asked what kind of dog. Russell Terrier. Okay. Ooh, it looks like I got some bars at some point. I've never received this. So if you guys are just joining, this is my first YouNow. So I've been live streaming for years, very seriously live streaming. Facebook Live came out, and Hangouts back in the day, and all of that. So I love live streaming, and YouNow seems absolutely amazing. This is one of the best live streams I've done in a while. So glad I pronounced her name right, Hussein, or Hussein. I forget how I said it now. Okay, let's see here. Sarah asked, should I marinate the jackfruit overnight and then boil it, or boil it first? For me, the recipe that I originally found this from, I can share underneath the YouTube video if you guys would like, so you can get the details. It's from Edwards & Sons, a jackfruit under their brand name Native Foods. Edwards & Sons makes, oh, the kitten's trying to eat my jackfruit. Edwards & Sons makes a ton of great vegan products on their website for they call it like a 2-knot salad. It's really good. So I'll put that under the YouTube description once I'm done recording. Thanks for asking, Hussam. Or Hussam. Tell me again. I'm just going to go with Hussam. But if it's Hussein, I'm guessing it's Hussam. But as I said earlier, I am not very good at pronouncing names in general. So, okay, so Adrian asked, how tall am I? I'm 5'6", last I checked. Somewhere between 5'6" and 5'7". Let's see here. Christy was bringing up mukbangs. Like a YouTuber named Mommy Tang in mukbangs, and they're called eating shows. And all she does is sit down and like eat food. And I've been like wondering if I should try that for a while, but I always have this like polite head of like, is it rude to like eat? People like it. If you guys want to see me eat like meals, I don't care. I'll sit and eat and chat with you guys. So just let me know if you want to see it. Maybe I'll try it and see how it does. I just don't want to like turn people. I don't want to be rude, I guess. So Adrian brought up the Veganaise brand. I think Veganaise won this by Follow Your Heart. I don't think they're two separate things. But you reminded me, there's another company called like Nayo. Oh, actually Hellmann's. Hellmann's is a big mayonnaise company. They have a vegan mayonnaise now. I've never tried it, but that, and there's like another one called like Nayo something. I don't know. There's like every company that makes mayonnaise is now making vegan mayonnaise. So it's an amazing time to be vegan. And Simple Life from down under Australia. Thanks. Rainbow says, we eat ripe jackfruit as a delicacy in India. Jackfruit crisp too. I think the first time I had jackfruit was probably at an Indian restaurant, and I love jackfruit. So good. Are they always, or can you get them when they're not sweet? I find like dehydrated jackfruit, if that's what you're referring to, is very sweet, surprisingly so. Josh asked if I played Legends of Zelda. No, I haven't played Zelda, probably a little kid. Okay. And so Sam, if you want me to call, are you saying call Sam, or should I say who Sam? I'm saying who Sam. You're from France. Thank you so much for joining. And Inbal, thank you so much for enjoying this stream. I'm glad that you like it. And Sarah said, I think eating in front of the camera is no big deal if you cooked the food in front of the camera too. Just equal. But yeah, so mukbangs are people where they'll typically they'll order food and they'll spread out all their food in front of them and eat it on camera, and it's called an eating show. And it started, I think it was a thing that we're doing, if I remember correctly, and then the trend kind of caught on about a year or two ago, and Mommy Tang is the most well-known vegan that does that. From as far as I know, she developed a whole name for herself by doing that. Sometimes would make food, or she'd order food, she'd try all sorts of vegan food. I think she did one where she got vegan food from KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, or I haven't looked at her channel in a while. I thought that was kind of cool. Josh, I love all your questions. You seem curious. I have not seen, but I do love just watching movies, and I keep thinking about seeing The Boss Baby. Is it good though? I kind of am don't want to waste my time. Even though it's so to have access to movies anytime we want to watch them. You just see all these streaming services, and we can download them, buy them online. It's amazing to me. How many of you remember when you had to go rent a movie from the store? You know, or then so cool when what was that? What's that vending machine? It's called Red something? Red Box. When you could go and get movies from a vending machine, back in when I was in San Francisco in 2011 and 2000, I was dating my boyfriend Owen at the time, and he and I would always go to Red Box. I think that's what it's called, right? And get movies, and it was the coolest thing because we would walk a few blocks. But now I just watch everything through various streaming services, and it's just so much more convenient to do it from home. All right, so thanks for being a fan. Some new people that have joined. Let's see, I think it's hello, is that how you say your username? How long have you been vegan? I've been vegan for 13 years. So I went vegan in, well, wait, let's see. Oh, it's 13, right? Or no, is it coming up in 14 years? I went vegan in 3. So I think it's coming up in 14 years this fall, which is kind of crazy. I really like Zootopia too, Josh. That's a good movie. Okay. Favorite meat alternative? Honestly, jackfruit is such a great meat. It's so accessible. I'm really enjoying it. I don't really eat beans because they upset my stomach, but I'll have them in moderation because they're very good for you. You know, they have all sorts of good nutrients and high in protein. So, and I like the way they don't digest them easily. So for me, I mean, I don't know. It depends. It depends on the dish. I love nuts. Most nuts I'm okay with. I have a slight sensitivity, so almonds are really hard for me to eat. But cashews I do well with, and peanuts, so those can be good. I just love pretty much all vegetables and fruits and grains. I love burgers that are Hillary's burgers with quinoa and all these other vegetable filling. So what's your favorite meat alternative, each of you watching? You know, I also love this, the term vegan meat. I try to avoid terms like faux, because that doesn't seem right, because vegan food is fake. It just means that it's not made from animal products. And same thing with alternative. Like I try to use words differently, like vegan meat or something like that, because it's just to make, I don't want everyone different or they're weird, you know. Let's see. So I'm just gonna call you Andrew, because your username is really long. But you said you're vegan only 2 years. If you once you cross over that year mark, that's like you're committed for the most part. I feel like newbie vegans I often consider like maybe a few months or something, and that's the hardest part for a lot of people. I don't know if it was hard for me to be vegan. It took me a little time. I went vegetarian overnight in May 2003, and then I spent a few months, spent the summer researching it and learning more about the lifestyle, and then I might as well try vegan. It took me a little while. Like it was like learning how to buy the right foods, and it was so different back in 2003. I mean, 14 years later, like veganism is so much easier. There was literally a time when I thought again, because there was like one vegan cheese that was worth buying, and it wasn't very good. It was Follow Your Heart's old vegan cheese formula. Now they have a new line of vegan cheeses that are amazing. You guys can't see it, but the kid my attention. So he wants attention and he's hungry. So I'm going to start to wrap things up pretty soon, because I haven't even eaten much. It's hard to talk and eat at the same time. Thank you, Anne. And I love that you said that going vegan was the best thing you've ever done. Amazing. I agree. Going vegan helped me in so many ways. So 2003 to 2005 years, vegan, loved it, was always just like looking to meet new vegans. I moved from Boston, Massachusetts to Los Angeles, California, where I still live, and now LA is like one of the food everywhere, but even Boston has come such a long way. And I moved, made a lot of new friends, and suddenly it occurred to me that this is like all I wanted to do, was to talk about veganism. So Go Vegan Gal, and so ecovegangal.com started as a blog, and then I started the YouTube channel in 2009, and the rest is history. This is now my full-time career. So my career is all based around helping vegans. So I help people stay vegan, and I also help vegans, content creators specifically. I help vegan content creators make businesses out of veganism and being eco-friendly and healthy and all of that. So I put it under the wellness umbrella. So I coach wellness content creators specifically how to monetize their work, how to build their brands, how to become more successful with all of it, do it full time if they want. And yeah, that's a passion of mine. So my whole, since I went vegan, it became my career, it became my passion, and I'm so grateful I made that decision. So you never know what's going to happen when you make a change in your life. So a bunch of people just became fans. Thank you so much. Feeler, chicken nugget. Josh, I don't know what Five Nights at Freddy's is. Tell me more about it. Marianne became a fan. Andrew said, I hope half the world will be vegan in 2 years or 20 years. Hey, it'd be amazing if it was in 2 years, but don't be surprised. The things that have 14 years with veganism, like the way it has been embraced, the information that's come out about it, the food that's available now. I mean, I really think another 20 years from now, it is going to be massive. There's so much search, there's great food, like it's becoming harder and harder not to be vegan, in my opinion. All right. Christy, thanks so much for being here. I hope you sleep well. You mentioned that enzymes and probiotics can help with beans. So that's absolutely true. I take probiotics every day, and when I do digestive enzymes, but I'm testing them. It's like no matter what I've done, I soak beans, I use kombu, like I've tried every trick I can learn. And for many, many years, it's very frustrating. Now, Adrienne says that she's making an ebook on veganism and fibromyalgia, the link between diet and health. Recommendations on where to start. First of all, I love that. I don't know if Kim is watching, but my coaching right now has fibromyalgia, and she's newly vegan. So her ebook your ebook would greatly help her. So Adrienne, if you want to private message me or email me, you can message me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or you can email me with the link to my emails on my website. I would love to pass on your ebook to her. And yes, I can absolutely help you with marketing your ebook, getting it out there. I have several ebooks. I have an ebook about healthy eating on a budget. If any of you guys want to check it out, it's at veganebook.com. So Adrienne, you might want to go to the website just to see like how I've marketed it and all that, and the pricing. Coaching, I do group coaching, and I also have a free Facebook group. So if any of you guys are content creators and you want to learn more about strategies, building your brand, monetizing your work, just me. I'm working on the website. The best way to get into the group right now is to private message me or email me, and then I can hook you up with all the goods. Sarah says that she's been vegan for 6 years and she finds my videos great. That Inbal said, now Josh, since you're still there, it sounds like, am I saying your name right, by the way? Inbal, again, you guys are gonna have to help me out when it comes to pronunciation. But I have no idea what Five Nights at Freddy's is. I feel like, let's see, is it a game? That's what it sounds like. Oh, it's a scary game. I've never heard of it. Very curious, since multiple people have recommended it. Okay, Josh says it's a horror game where you sit in an office and you have to try and survive the night against killer animatronics. Wow. That interesting. I'm not like the biggest horror fan, but I enjoy a good horror movie. You know what I've been wanting to do, but I'm kind of nervous about, is going to there's escape room. Have any of you guys ever done an escape room? I'm really curious, but it kind of makes me nervous. I had the opportunity to go on Halloween like a year or two ago. I don't know. I guess it depends, because I'm sure there are escape rooms that are like meant to be very scary, and then there are escape rooms that are like just challenging, I would imagine. Maybe they're not scary, but like haunted houses and stuff like that. It's just scary when like people dark, you know, like even though you know it's going to happen, like it's just like a primal fear and a primal reaction to scream and like cower. So I don't know, like sometimes I just don't want to do my a stress level, right? There's also, have you guys seen the videos of these people on this ride? I think it's called the Slingshot, and the videos are just becoming like so popular, things that happen on this ride. But it's basically like it launches you into the air, and there's tons of videos of people passing out on this ride and then like waking up, and I'm like, I like roller coasters, but man, I don't know if the Slingshot, like being like shot into the air, and it's so scary that people commonly pass out on this ride. Like just thinking about that is giving me some anxiety. So Freddy's is getting a movie. Okay, I'd watch the movie. Maybe I'll watch the movie and get into it. It took me a little while to get into Walking Dead. The reason I first started watching Walking Dead was because of my friend back years ago, and we watched like, I think it was the first season together, maybe part of the second, and then like we stopped watching it, and then we broke up, and then like I kept seeing all the like marketing for Walking Dead, and I thought I kind of more, and then I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And then for some reason, I think it was at the beginning of this year, I became very determined to catch up on Walking Dead, because like there was one episode recently where everyone was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened, to know what happened, but I wanted to see it, so I forced myself to watch like 4 seasons of The Walking Dead as quickly as possible, just so I could catch up. And I was like so dedicated to it. Sometimes I wanted to give up. I'm glad I did it, because like I actually feel very excited about The Walking Dead. It can be horrifying though. If any of you guys have watched it or love the show, you can relate to this. There's some episodes, I would say very disturbing. There's one in particular that I think it was like the beginning or the end of season 5 or 6, maybe 5. I'm not going to say what it is in case of spoilers, but it involved going to this like, how do I talk about this without describing? I'm not going to give a spoiler, I promise, but it involved them like going to, let's just say, a room, like what's the word? Like I'm having trouble finding the right words tonight. It wasn't a barn, but let's just say it's about the size of a barn, and these other characters that they didn't know were like animals. And maybe then why it was so disturbing to me, because I'm disturbed enough that animals are killed that way, but like to see humans being treated the same way as like pigs or cows would be slaughtered is like even more. I'm a human, right? So it was that episode I was like, I don't know if I can watch this show anymore. But I persevered, and I've had a number of nightmares as a result. So if any of you guys can relate, watching The Walking Dead, Majestic knows what I'm talking about. Whew, that was tough. I was literally sick to my stomach. And it's amazing how like movies and TV can make us feel that way. And that's why, like, if you go to like an escape or like a amusement park ride, like those are like literally terrifying. So it's one thing to watch it, but then another thing to experience it. The things we do for entertainment, I don't know. Okay. And Belle said I should play The Walking Dead, the game. Isn't there a Walking Dead escape room? I went to con a few years ago. I don't know if they do this every year. I think they might, but they turn like, I think it's the baseball stadium in San Diego into a Walking Dead experience, and like people play, like you go in there and you have to. I think that would be really fun. I would do that. That doesn't sound scary, because I think, although I don't know if you do that during daylight, I feel like you do. I feel like during the day I could do something like that, but experience like that, it adds too much of a fear factor. All right. The comments have dwindled, but there's still people watching. So, hi members, thank you for being here. I am going to wrap things up, but if you guys have anything else you want to talk about, I'll stick around a little bit longer. Like I said, I have animals to feed. They're all watching and waiting. Probably needs to go outside for a walk. So I'm going to wrap it all up. But thank you guys. Thanks, Majestic, for being here. There's a number of people laughing. Like the frustrating is in real time. So I'm like, what are they laughing at? Maybe you're laughing at like my Walking Dead comment, I imagine. But thank you for being a fan. And I don't know what your first name is, but someone joined from Iraq. It's like being with people like you from around the world is just like the most amazing thing. My work is really based around consciousness and compassion and like helping people. So to be able to connect with people that world that I've never even visited and I don't understand, like it's just so beautiful, because I want to get to know you. I want to know what your lives are like. I want to know how I can support you and how we can like just connect. So, Dalton steak. I won't eat steak, but I will definitely eat vegan steak. So I love vegan versions of steak. I think it can be very delicious. But my days of eating based steak are long gone, and whatever. But thanks for watching anyways. Stephanie, thanks for being a fan. And to YouTubers, thank you all for being here. Adrian and Val, Sarah, and anybody watching the recording. If you guys want to see me do this regularly, but I think that it gives us an opportunity to connect and chat, and there's been really active people, so I think I'm going to use YouNow more frequently. So if you guys have requests for content next, do you like seeing me make food and eating it? Do you want to just chat and hang out? I love this, so I'm up for it if you guys are up for it. And yeah, YouNow just seems like such an amazing platform. If you missed part of the video, you can watch it all on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ecovegangal. If you enjoyed my content, be sure to subscribe, not only to show your support, but also because I do live videos at least once a week, every Friday actually. So on Facebook and on YouTube and on Instagram Live, all under the EcoVeganGal username. And maybe I'll come on YouNow tomorrow as well, because this is really fun. Josh, thank you for watching here and being a fan. He said that his dad calls Saul and Fargo. You know, I was a massive fan of Breaking Bad. It's one of my favorite TV shows. I haven't been able to get into Better Call Saul yet, but I've only watched like 3 episodes. Let's give it another try. If I could get all 7 seasons or whatever it was, I think I could get into Better Call Saul. I've never watched Fargo. I haven't even seen the movie Fargo, believe it or not. So who knows? All right. So Adrian, I look forward to, please message me or email me. I'd love to support you and also pass on your ebook to other people. I'm going to finish up my jackfruit salad and feed the cats, take care of my dog, and get some more fun tonight. As I said, on all these different platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, now I'm on YouNow. So if you guys want to connect in between broadcasts, feel free to private message me, comment on things, send me an email if you have a question. I'd love to keep in. And if you want, check out the 2 things I mentioned today. My ebook, Healthy Organic Vegan on a Budget, is at veganebook.com. It'll teach you all about eating organic, healthy, vegan food for less a day, believe it or not. So it's a great investment, and it also supports my work. So that's veganebook.com. And if you want to be part of the new membership community I have, that's at EcoVeganPal with a P. I just opened it, a special deal going on right now. It's an incredible community of people that are vegan or working on being vegan from all around the world. So you can connect with me on a regular basis privately, connect with all these other people. It's just the beginning of it. So it's going to get bigger and better as time goes on, and I would love for you guys to be part of it. So ecoveganpal.com. And if you just want to learn stuff, Vegan Gal with a G is my web. You can go over there and find links to all videos and articles I've written and social media accounts, all of that. Thanks again, everybody. I really, really appreciate it. Yes, Josh, I do like coconut. And thank you for the sweet words about my youth. I think veganism contributes to my youthfulness. But thank you. It's Carly for becoming a fan, and everybody else that's watched. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for the people that have sent bars and given the thumbs up and all these other cool features of the broadcasting again. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye, Nate. Thanks for being a fan too. Bye, everybody on YouTube. Thanks for watching. And I will see you guys on YouTube tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Or 5:15 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube there. Bye, everyone.